Who took this beat?
Uncle, boom. You just gotta realize that everybody's gonna be on your tail from 5 o'clock until the day you die.
Early bird, get the worm, oh, you know I get it. Cuban link with the pendant, you know I spent it. Red cup full of Remy, who you know I sip it. Bad and bougie, looking for, you know I'm picky. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. I'm getting money, bank slips and bank deposits. Got plenty hoes, I sing to them like Carl Thomas. Lane switcher, speeding through, Ricky Bobby. Kissing on me on the block.
You know it, you can. What's good? Triple A Sports.
Yeah.
NBA Conference Edition. I'm your host, Rand. We got D80 over there. We got College Reggie. And we got Black V.
Yeah,
we got Big Chicken in the background too. Or you know what I'm saying? We got Big Chicken in the background.
Big Chicken couldn't come. He couldn't come. He had to go to work.
He took it off. I see.
Yeah, he had to work. Get some money.
Working.
Don't pay him nothing.
Yeah.
We getting that money. How y'all boys feeling, man? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to see my bro in here. I'm happy to see my other brother, Reggie. I'm happy to see my bro, aka the church league demigod, because he ain't no god in the church league. You know.
Hey, representing, you know. When I put those Jesus sandals on, man, I know I'm getting 52. Easy.
You're a wild dude, man.
Hey, we trying to set up
and that damn Whoopi Goldberg comment, man. You ain't right.
Hey, Reggie, we trying to set up a I'm trying to set up a little, 12-on-12 thing with this I know it's 12 versus, I know it's like they call it the atheist mafia or something like that. Yeah.
I'm more of a individualist, right? I've never.
You do your own study. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, because why would listen? That's no different. For all that, I might as well stay where I was at. I don't listen to what people say. Like when people be like, "Well, don't you have a worldview?" There's some of the motherfuckers I don't even like. You feel me? Straight up. So why would I go along with? You know what I mean? I've never been a follower. You know.
Facto. Well, let's jump into this mug and get it started. And we're gonna go back to our usual start off, and we'll say the basketball for last. So we'll start off with college football. And hold on. I haven't done this in a while.
College.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government.
This that make it go dumb shit. Walk up on them and I ask them where you from, bitch. Yeah, this that make it go dumb shit. Boy, I go and pop the trunk.
And we come into college football. NCAA and college football news, we have NCAA football 26 dropped first trailer. The last game sold a lot of money. This time around, they gave the players even more money. Coaches jumped in, more brands, more products, bigger names, and the players, of course, the college players love it, and the college coaches love it because it helps boost recruiting for their squad. So, I think bringing the game back is a win-win. Everybody got some money in the game out of it. Those who wanted to participate, I think it's dope. And that trailer dropped.
Definitely.
And so that's big news going on the internet right now for a lot of gamers, man. A lot of cats been into it. A lot of cats been excited. Dynasty mode, you can once again start your player off from high school, be dope in high school, get selected, get picked up by a team with a scholarship. Then you can work through that, play all 4 years or just 2 years or 3 years, get a Heisman or not. Then you can switch it over and play with your player continuously through the new Madden. It's all connected. Great.
It's been dope if they let them play one like a senior season in high school.
That's what they doing.
I get it. But they don't let them play on there though, do they?
Yeah, they do now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. I know that.
Oh, wow.
Man, that's crazy.
That's pretty dope.
I think in our lifetime we'll see 19.
It makes me want to play NCAA.
Man, it's addicting, bro.
What'd you say, Reggie?
I think in our lifetime we might get a chance to see 18, 19-year-olds will be in the NFL.
You think?
Oh, Reese almost did.
I thought Reese really was ready.
He almost did.
Adrian Peterson was ready.
I think that,
Adrian Peterson was
this
ready.
close.
Adrian Peterson
any
was
run,
ready.
I would say this:
Correct was
any
ready.
running back is ready. You know why? For any running back's
Yeah.
ready, because you got to think about
Derrick Henry was
what
ready.
you putting them through just in college, right? You can in your career 1 or 2 years, and you telling me that this person is a grown man, can serve the country, can be incarcerated, and he can't play in a grown man league. Eventually, lawsuits are gonna kick in.
Do you got to do 2 years or 3 years?
2 years.
Oh, boy could be 19. He won his whole year at 17 from Alabama, that receiver.
Yeah, he gonna go into the league because he just turned 18.
Look what he did in the SEC at 17 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he was in, like, you know what I'm saying? Right, I said it's not like he was where Akron was at. Stuff like this dude was 17 years old doing that again in the SEC, and he balled out on, like, you know, some of the big dogs like that.
He did. He really did.
Like, nobody, if he ain't, before this year, nobody would have thought he'd been ready for college, not alone do that in the SEC. So you figure after that year, most people, what he did in the SEC, you know, if you did that, say if you was in the league for 3 years in college and you had 2 terrible, you know, you just had okay years and you did that his 3rd year, he'd have went high just from that 3rd year doing that at Alabama and doing it against the competition he's doing it. Even if he didn't really play, say if he set the bench and came in as his 3rd year and did that what he just did when he came in at 17, dude would have been, man, it'd have been like, he'd have been one of the top 5 receivers.
What did
Ohio State wide receiver too.
Yeah, you were saying something?
No, I was just gonna say, like, we praise this little skinny. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I hear you.
But we don't say anything about, you know, we always down in Jalen Milroe, and he's the one that got to throw the ball. You know, give him those highlights. You guys, you know, I don't see no Milroe love in the group chat.
Hell no, you ain't getting no Milroe love.
And the way he was catching those balls, though, a lot of other receivers when it came down with those, man, even like 2-year, 3-year receivers sometimes when it came down with the stuff he was coming down with. But you're right, boy was throwing it so much. A lot of that was the receiver.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
You think he gonna ball it?
I can't wait to
ball out? He gonna prove people wrong. That's what you're saying.
I hope so.
Who got him?
He got some great stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Who got him?
Is that the cover?
That's the cover. One of the covers, yeah.
They doing more than one period, or
yeah, they got more than one cover. The other one is Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams on it on the other cover. They got Reggie. They brought Reggie Bush back. He on there. Georgia coach Ryan Day.
I'm excited about.
Tim Tebow.
Think that would ever happen.
Yeah, that's wild.
Reggie Bush. Yeah, man, it's on some bull anyway, man.
Dan Lanning in there. Who else they got in there?
Well, that was the rules, though. That was the rules back then.
Yeah, that was the rule. Yeah.
They got Shoelace in there. Look at my dog Shoelace from Michigan. I used to hate Denard Robinson and love Denard Robinson at the same time.
I know, man. Denard was a beast, boy.
I used to root for him except for when they played Ohio State. I'm like, Shoelace is sweet. That motherfucker be getting it. But
I don't know why they just ain't put him in the backfield. Mm-hmm. I never understood that.
Mm-hmm. He was dope, man. But I knew that Rich Rodriguez spread shit wasn't gonna work at Michigan.
It's Little League football.
And Ryan Williams got tatted up like a mug. Him and Jeremiah Smith.
That's why I'm surprised the Alabama quarterback got drafted. That's the kind of player he is. Truthfully.
Next up, we have.
No, I'm just saying he can run like a motherfucker.
In the SEC, set to depart the NCAA. People fear the.
Do they know this is a fact?
That's what's going on. All the the talking, all the things that cover college football. That's all they've been talking. SEC and Big Ten, both SEC been really talking about it loud. The commissioner.
That's just stupid.
Oh,
Like
boy.
we make such a big deal about these college kids and these NIL deals and shit. To me, this is a bigger deal. Like, how y'all gonna just leave the fucking union, right? You just think that you're just bigger than college football. You and your 16 to 20 fucking cherry pick teams. Like, I just don't understand it, and I don't like it, and that's part of the reason why I never liked the situation where, like, okay, so for example, the Big Ten. Why the fuck are LA teams in that damn thing, right? You're doing that to
Money.
try to exactly. You're doing that to try to make your own league and monopolize the shit. There's not enough. There's too much talent for those little bit of leagues, for those two small conferences, right? That's why you always hear of these quarterbacks that come from nowhere state university and shit like that. So I don't like it. This is weird.
Yeah. But it's all about the money and power, man.
Man, a lot of people just don't like. Man, a lot of people just so used to, used to the what you've been watching. Man, a lot of people it's just something new. So you used to the old. That's all, really. Cause like, man, NCAA been screwing with people. Don't act like they ain't been screwing with players forever, man. So ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just something new that you ain't used to. Like, whenever something new come into play that we used to seeing, we feel some type of way. That's just like, like back in the day, if they was doing the tush push back then, we wouldn't have thought nothing of it.
Right.
That's like kickoff when they took the kickoff back. when they changed it, people was at all. People was upset, but
How
at the
you
end of
gonna
the
let
day, man,
how you gonna let one sport dictate fucking college sports? Do you know how many teams it is? How many how many sports it is at each school? That's not
yeah.
Because they the
But they ain't
breadwinners.
bringing in the money. Yeah, what you mean? They not bringing in the money like that. Everybody, you got to go with. I mean, they, like, at the end of the day, life ain't fair. Situations ain't fair. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Sometimes there's some situations you just can't do nothing about it. They bring in all the money. Everybody going to mostly football games and they supporting other sports. You can't really say nothing.
okay. Let's say it happened, right? Say you got the NCAA with thousands of teams, right? You got the SEC and you got the Big Ten, right? How are we gonna handle the draft situation?
No, that doesn't change.
How? You're not listen. The competition level is different now.
Well, okay.
Man,
All it is
only
the NCAA is a governing body that really works for all the schools, right? They're just a governing body, like a figurehead, but they're appointed by all these schools that agree to, and the NCAA's job is to oversee and make sure that everybody is abiding by said rules. All they would do if leaving the NCAA and forming a super or some type of whatever case agreement, in reality, all they're doing is forming a new, different type of NCAA. It wouldn't be called NCAA, but they're just forming some other thing that they agree to these rules and terms, whether it's from NIL to all kind of other things, and they kind of set the rules and the way the money goes by their own standards of what they want to do, and they can hand out punishments based off of what they agree to. So it's not like they lose. In a sense, yes, you shut out a whole bunch of other teams, but it's not like they're going to lose a governing body or some sort of control. It's just they're shifting the control in a dictatorship over to what they want it to be on two conferences or whoever else they ask to join with them. Because they may take the ACC, the big poach teams from both of those things to start a whole new thing. But I don't know. You got to talk to the NCAA determines a lot of things, but again, these conferences went out and made their own deals. Not the NCAA made these TV deals.
Well, listen. Once we try to decide who's the national champion, the AP poll, and all that shit in each sport, it's not going to work out right. It's going to be biased as fuck because again, you can't make that call when you don't know like who's playing against who. You don't know the competition from the other ones, right? And so what's going to happen, especially when we talk about football, right? We're automatically going to assume that whoever's in the Big 12 or is in the whoever's in the SEC and whoever's in the Big Ten is automatically got the best players and the best fucking teams and shit. And that's not going to be true at all.
It's always been like that.
So it's gonna be
No
two
time
national
changes.
champions now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm like, what do we do with this? Because how can you say, right? Okay, say it's just the SEC and the Big Ten, right? And they play against each other all year long, right? How can we crown a national championship and you got thousands of other teams, right? With all this talent out there. Are we saying that just because they decided to make their own, that they're the best? Is that what we're saying?
It's a
I mean, those are that. I mean, that's a good.
Ain't the NFL better than Europe football? I mean, Canadian football.
Man, Canadian football and Europe football is just
I'm
subsidiaries
just
of the
saying.
NFL.
I'm just saying.
NFL is
the
one
NFL,
sport you
they
can't
they
sell
still
nowhere
play
else.
it.
You can't sell the NFL nowhere else,
I'm
right?
saying that they not better though. They're not like even like the Rock and them trying to come with their league. Yeah, I mean,
It's
like they gonna be cool. I mean, I'm cool if they take Penn State out of it.
that don't make sense. You know, Penn State. Listen, and that team right there, in particular, and Notre Dame, that's going to cause a controversy, especially if they're doing what they're doing. Because you cannot tell me that every team in the SEC and all the other teams in the Big Ten, we know for sure can't beat Penn State. Well, Penn State's a bad example because they're in the Big Ten, but Notre Dame can beat a lot of the teams in both of them conferences. So
They can.
We'll see. I mean, we
Yeah,
have to
that's
see
why
what it looks like. It's a lot of restructuring. They'll probably make other teams. So I just know
They're
that
not gonna just be able to do it. I don't think. I mean,
Yeah,
they
it's-
can try, but I doubt just them two gonna be able to do
they
it.
can still keep
It's
the
gonna be
conferences
weird.
what the conferences are, and they can still play against each other. That's not the
There's more
issue. It's just the
playoff games,
NCAA. All the NCAA is just the governing body. You can still go about business as usual and let the NCAA govern those other schools that are in it, which they would play kind of under what the NCAA rules may or may not be. But those other two schools will be playing by a different set of rules with a line like within they're united under, and they can still all play each other through the season and everything else. It doesn't dictate the bowl thing or whatever case the agreement that they have, or if it does, they'll come up with some whole new agreement. And
It
they're not going
has
to leave
to
it
because
out.
the national championship is under the NCAA.
right, it's not gonna work.
I don't know. We can move on, but I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
a mess.
Messy. Next up, we have
Facts.
Texas refuses to play Ohio State for a night game next year.
Why?
Oh, they're scared. They're scared it gets crazy in Columbus after dark. I don't know.
Yeah.
How can you just refuse to do something like that? Like, I don't get that. Like,
Well, they
that's-
just-
that's-
I don't
Agreed
know.
to
It might not be scared. It may be something
They ain't
else
scared,
too.
but how can you refuse? Yeah, but why would you refuse that?
Because sometimes you want something in reciprocity, and if Ohio State's not willing to give whatever that thing is back, then it can be anything. It can be. It's not particularly the actual game itself. It's like other concessions and things. So they may have
Certain
wanted
tickets
Ohio
and
State.
stuff like that.
Could be today.
Like
Yeah. So. What do you
Yeah,
say,
like they
Ray?
don't want to give up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, D80. I'm sorry.
it's like a coin. It's like a coin toss, right? Ohio State won. Okay, so we're gonna play at Ohio State, right? Now they get their leverage, right? All right, day or night. They don't want to play at night. Think about it. If you're Texas, right? Why would you want to play Ohio State at fucking prime time in Columbus? I wouldn't want to do that shit. It's already
I
hard enough
feel
to beat
you,
them.
but I don't think that would be the reason why they wouldn't want to play them.
I mean, it's a leveraging chip, is what I'm
just
saying,
saying.
right? I mean, it's something more behind it. It has something to do with money, revenue. We know that. I don't know exactly
That's what I'm
what it
saying.
is.
It's probably
It's something with that.
It's probably okay. If we agree to go to Ohio State in the shoe at night, then we need y'all the next year to agree to come on down to Texas and see what we got. And Ohio State might be like, nah, because we want to do something else with USC next year, and we don't want to match up. And on Texas, like, well, if you doing that, then we don't. It's like tick for tat.
It's like little tit for tat little shit.
That, you know,
or they want something,
yeah,
a certain
the
percentage
fans,
of the ticket sales or something, or on the Texas network or some shit like that.
Or it could just be some teams feel that they don't. I mean, some coaches feel that their team play better in the daytime. And they don't want their kids just waiting around all day long to play that game. And he might not feel like it's a better advantage to play Ohio State at noon than it is to play them. I mean, it's simple shit that in the coach's mind.
Sarkisian, I'm trying to tell you. But if he's worried about that, then Texas is in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
That ain't good.
It's a little bit of both. If it's me, I'm not. If it's my decision, if I have the decision to play them at night, prime time on a Saturday or something like that, the answer is fuck no.
Oh no, man! The answer for me is hell fucking yeah.
That's because you're in Columbus. That's just like, okay, say you're not Ohio State fans, because if I ask you this question, because you're an Ohio State fan, you're biased, right? And you're correctly biased because you can beat them. But if you're any other team in the fucking country, you do not want to play Penn State all white out. You don't want to do it.
You don't, but you if they're on the schedule and they home.
If you have the option to turn that down, you're going to say no. And that's what they're doing. They're exercising their veto to say no.
No, I feel you. But listen to this, though. If I feel like I have a roster that can rock with Penn State and Happy Valley,
that's what I just said.
I'm going to fucking do it.
That's what I'm saying. You're an Ohio State fan. Of course you feel like that.
No, I'm not talking about Ohio State. I mean that you proposed in your statement, right? But I'm saying, if I feel like I have the talent, now if I feel like I don't have the talent and oh no, we about to get ran, hell no, I ain't doing it. But if I feel like we have the talent,
then it don't matter to you.
No.
Oh, if
it's 50-50, the answer is no for me.
Okay, I'm gonna read you. Okay, so originally the game was scheduled to be a noon game, and Fox News wanted to shift it to an 8 p.m. game. And Sarkisian said no. He refused it. Was like, no. He said, he drew a hard line. I'm not here just to do what others want me to do. I have my own approach, and I stand by it. He said, delivering a sharp, confident thing. He said, at the center of the schedule squabble of Fox, yet to be finalized kickoff time, Ohio State clash, whatever, August 30th. So they felt like, why mess up a broke thing? Why fix something that's not broke? When they stomped Michigan last year in a noon game, and Texas feels like we're gonna continue to think that's the cycle or whatever case that I guess this team shows up better for new games, or allegedly that's what it is. So again, like D80 said, and like Reggie said, yeah, and like they said, it was like, yo, like to me, undertone of it doesn't sound like a confident man who's like, yo, I got the roster that. It don't matter what time. Just tell us where to be at.
Biased.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's what it sounds like, because what does it matter what time you play?
Because listen, who wants to play in the shoe? Listen, worst case scenario. Let's just say worst case scenario. Ohio State got the third best goddamn roster in America. They're the third best program, and that's worse. And I feel like when I say they're the third best program in America, I'm talking shit against them. They're hard as fuck to beat. They're the reigning national champion. Do you know how crazy that stadium is going to be for a team from Texas, bro? Y'all crazy.
Reggie. What you're saying normally would make sense if it was a lot of other programs. It's Ohio State. They sell out at noon and they're crazy and they're raucous. And you know the sad part about it is, if it was Penn State, I might give it to them because Penn State gets crazy in one of the loudest stadiums, period, at nighttime. How Penn State is even crazier than Ohio State. Ohio State's going to be when it's going to be noon or nighttime. You better off probably sometimes catching them because they come out sometimes looking more lackadaisical in the evening time.
Okay, yeah, right. Listen, and during the day, the fans might not even be drunk by then. right? At
Oh, no.
night,
You
it's
said-
going
Those
down.
niggas be drunk.
You win. Listen, if you beat Ohio State in Ohio State primetime on a Saturday night, you still gonna lose because when you leave, they're gonna keep throwing shit at you. Throwing all kind of shit at you. Beer cans, bottles.
Somebody
hot
get
dogs.
made. Somebody get made. We whooping ass again.
Man, I'm not doing that. And especially, okay, so you're gonna give me a prime time. I mean, you're gonna give me a noon game. Then all of a sudden, like, oh, well, we think it's gonna be better if you just make it prime time in Ohio State. Oh, yeah, at night. Fuck out of here. I'd have told y'all hell no too.
Okay, wait. So let me ask this
Okay.
question, DA.
See, I missed the question because I thought they were negotiating whether it was going to be a noon game or a night game. I didn't know it was already set. Changed it to a noon game. I didn't get that in the initial question that you could propose. So I may have missed that because to me that would sound like it was something behind. No, because that would sound like it was something behind the scenes. But if he's saying there was a scheduled change, then I feel like I agree with because I got a little bit a better understanding of the situation. I thought they were negotiating on how the schedule was going to be played, not going over somebody who tried to change the schedule. That's a little different. But what was you asking me, Jamar?
So, in turn, when it goes to, I believe they go home and home, right? That's how they normally do it. Home and home. So when it goes to Texas next year, do you return the favor to them and say, okay, no, fuck you, we doing new? Ohio State said, fuck you, we doing new.
I mean,
or do you not care? I'm asking your opinion. Would you be?
If I was Ryan Day, I wouldn't care because I feel like I have the team that can go into Texas and whoop their ass. That's how I feel. Walk right into all Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, and beat the shit out of Texas. And I just feel like he knows they can do that. Like I just never heard Ryan Day ever acquiesce to an environment or being intimidated by an environment. They went into Notre Dame at night. Did you see Notre Dame at night? Helmets that nobody ever talks about. Is when you play against Notre Dame at night with them lights and the helmets, it's hard to see. They went in there and whooped their ass.
Whoop it, motherfucking
So no, I don't think Ryan Day I'll be honest with you. But again, I didn't know it was a schedule change. I just thought they were negotiating how they wanted the schedule to go. So I'm on Sarkisian's side.
It was more that Ohio State wanted it. Well, Ohio State was agreed to it, but Fox is the ones who actually.
I don't agree with Reggie. But I agree with Sarkisian.
I'm saying either way. If I have the option, the answer is no. If you try to pull the flim flam on me, the answer is still no.
It wasn't Ohio State. It was Fox News. Ohio State just agreed to the change. The Sarkisian, it was up to Sarkisian. He refused for the change. Fox wanted to make it to be that nighttime primetime game because of the ratings. They didn't want to get mushed in with it because there's like a whole bunch of good games that first day that come on.
Yeah, but in my opinion, they should have did that first. Or you should have known that this was going to be the big boy game of the day. That's common sense. Like that's a fuck up on your behalf.
Yeah, it is. And that's how Sark probably feels. Like, yeah, I'm not going to
beforehand. I would have made that prime time.
What you do?
That's what I'm saying.
What you do is if Texas really cared, which they don't, because they're SEC with their A's. Which again, now this becomes SEC, which is ESPN, ABC, versus Fox News, Big Ten, whatever case, where fucking ESPN could have been like, hell no, you're not getting that nighttime, prime time, whatever case with them ratings and whatnot. And they probably could have told Texas don't do, like you said, there's moving parts behind the scene that play more into this than a coach being like, oh, we scared or we not scared. It probably could have came when ESPN was like, don't change shit.
Why do you think Fox wanted to move it to that night, right? The reason why they put it at night because they know that there's no other game that's competitive with that at night. That's why. Yeah. Ain't no fools because ain't nothing gonna be on but them damn West games, and unless it's Oregon, trash.
Trash, straight trash. You know what? Just to be an asshole though, I'm gonna agree with my brother. and I'm gonna still do my house party thing. You know what? I smell pussy.
Classic.
All right, next up, we're gonna go
To a
ahead.
bunch of dicks.
Let's go NFL news.
Yeah.
Can I find it? Wait.
Yeah, that's Fox's.
GM season.
Killer, what up?
So what we have coming up is it's been a long time. So what we have coming up in NFL news, Jonnu Smith, tight end from the New Miami Dolphins, is rumored to be on the trade block.
Who?
Seen that
Jonnu
earlier.
Smith, tight end. I guess he was an all-star this season. Made a Pro Bowl, whatever the case. All-star tight end for the Miami Dolphins is on the trade block.
Did they say why?
I believe it's the Steelers are trying to actually get him too. More or less, they don't probably have the money to pay him because they've been trying to shed some contracts like Jalen Ramsey and some other stuff. They're trying to get either somebody about to become up due that's owed some money, or they want to make some more moves. Weren't they trying to get rid of Tyreek Hill at one point?
I would get rid of Tyreek Hill right now.
That's what they say. His contract is huge, but it should be coming due now. Yeah, man.
He lost his step too. You ask me.
Well,
Could be.
Young man, get your money is all I can say for the brother. Next up, as we move right along, Buffalo Bills. Let me bring him in here. Tehran's favorite running back, Cook, skips OTA in fears of.
You want that money?
He want that money. Or is this something, or is this nothing, Tehran?
It's something.
You better give it to him.
Yeah, man, I would give it to him. Dude was nice, man. He's one of the one of the top ones this year. You know, like they're trying to play running backs, man. Besides, like you see how important they is.
If
Like,
I'm a running back,
like Josh Allen wouldn't be able to do what he did, or maybe that far without him. He didn't do what he did. I mean, the line, on the line too, but he was cold back there.
if you're a running back, you got to fight for every penny that you can.
Yeah, I don't blame him, man. Like, man, because they
Your
trying
shelf
to
life
swim
is
with it.
this
After that year he just had, man, why not try to get that money, man? I don't blame him.
4 or 5 years from now, he won't even be in the NFL. So get your money, bro, while you can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, fight for your bag, man. Fight for while you got some work to leverage.
You got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, would you trade for Kirk Cousins?
No, because I'm not paying him. If I can get him for like 15, yeah. But we know that's not going to happen. So, no.
I don't know. I'm a Browns fan, man. I'll do it.
He said, "Right now, we taking anybody better than most of what we got."
No, don't do that because
I would. Yeah, but now
no, you can't take him. You can't take him if you're the Browns. And the reason why you can't take him is because you already got to pay just Deshaun Watson this year for not even fucking playing. So you can't pay him all that money and then pay Kirk Cousins. No, you can't do that.
I know, but Reggie, I can fantasize, okay?
Yeah.
And Reggie be killing niggas' dreams on purpose.
Right, man, shit. All that realistic shit. Stop it. No, stop.
I mean, you already got one dud. Listen, you got one person on your left titty milking the fuck out you. Now you want to bring them, put another one on the right one. Come on, now you're gonna be drained, bro. You gonna have shit.
Man, I gotta get to the agent, man. When I heard it, when he signed for after that injury, he was like, man, dude, agent, nice.
He the Bobby Bonilla of the NFL.
But ain't even that. That's why I know they be trying to be funny though. When Lamar had his mom negotiating with him, and when Jalen Hurts had the lady, you know what I'm saying? That's the like, come on now, this prime example right there. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody, they don't want people like close friends and any of them to be agents or whatever. And for him, like, man, I'm gonna pay dude, knowing like, come on, after coming off that type of injury and giving him that much guarantee money, like, come on, man, that was a joke.
Atlanta was desperate, man.
Desperate, like
Atlanta was very
They was
desperate.
desperate. Minnesota was desperate. Every team he's been to was desperate except for the Redskins. But I knew from being a
We actually
Notre
played
Dame,
good with the Redskins.
People desperate ain't getting it.
he came to the Redskins that he was being guarded.
You
I
pay
used to be
save
telling
all that
people,
money so you get other defensive players and just keep getting somebody in the draft. Then at the end of the day,
listen, when
I
that
said
draft
they still
happened,
ain't go nowhere.
people used to be
I
telling me I
could
was
barely
crazy.
hit you, man.
They was like, you on
Huh?
crack. They was like, you on crack. Because I used to be telling people that he was better than RG3. And nobody believed me.
Who, Kirk Cousins?
Yes.
yeah.
I mean,
Next,
until he got hurt. But go ahead.
oh,
No, I'm talking about from college. Because I remember when Kirk Cousins played for fucking Michigan
Michigan State.
State.
He was
He-
nice.
It
Listen,
was cold.
Notre Dame, that motherfucker threw like 400 or 500 yards on this one game. I'm like, oh yeah. And then he got drafted in the third round. I'm like, how did that happen?
Because he's slow.
Yeah. And that's when running quarterbacks was the flavor of the fucking month too.
Well,
Right at
Michael,
that
I mean, what's the name was supposed to be this? I didn't never look at him that because Baylor still struggled, even though he was a superstar track athlete that was playing quarterback.
They D was trash though. Baylor D was trash.
Yeah. So I mean, I ain't gonna hate on RG3 because he did take him to the playoffs his first year. Then he got hurt, right?
He also had a
Yeah,
1600-yard running back too.
The Commanders had a nice squad.
Yeah.
Alfred Morris had 1600 yards. So what you gonna do?
Hey, once
Yeah,
Kirk got in there,
RG3
Kirk never gave it up. That's all it was. Kirk came in and was like, "You can't take the way he played. You're like, you can't take this away from him. Let him be." Next up, we have back to this guy again. Caleb Williams' daddies make statements that Caleb Williams preferred to go and didn't want to go to the Bears and preferred to go to the Vikings.
We already knew that.
We knew that. I mean, I didn't think it was a thing, but everybody's trying to make it a big deal. So Caleb was forced to come out and say, "No, I always wanted to go to the Bears." I'm like, "Nah, nigga, you was threatening about sitting out if he went to the Bears." I remember in the beginning.
I've never heard of this conversation, but I always say that Chicago and Cleveland and where else? Buffalo to a certain extent are quarterback killers. Who wants to throw the ball outside in those kind of conditions versus the dome?
Josh Allen.
That's it. That's the only human being on earth. Other than that, it's crazy. So yeah.
Oh man, listen. Sometimes your parents can be mean to do so well, have good intentions, and at the same time, whether they don't have experience or they go off based off their experience, and they can be a hindrance to the process or to the growth or to the fact that they can just turn off other people because sometimes your parents come in thinking they know everything. And you find out these motherfuckers know a little bit about something, but a lot about nothing.
But I mean, honestly, what you're saying is 100% true, though. But everybody has parents, and every fucking body's parents is like that. This shit ain't nothing new. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there should be a clause in sports, like for your parents, like saying dumb shit. Like that shouldn't even be held accountable to you because it's not you.
Or tweeting dumb shit.
Or tweeting dumb shit, right? Or getting in this shit because we know that your parents, They ain't gonna listen to shit you say. What you gonna say? Hey, Ma, chill out.
Which one we tell my mama? I can't tell that woman nothing.
So I be hating when people parents cause them to get into shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's fair.
I can
Yeah, I'll
respect
say
it.
this. Everybody knew, I don't want to say everybody, the sports world knew that nobody really wanted to go to Chicago. Caleb Williams wanted to go somewhere else because Chicago, and it's not about the weather, in my opinion. I thought it was more about the franchise killing quarterback than anything.
Me too. That's what I thought it was.
They're not developing, and plus they had a lamed up coach who everybody knew was going to be fired the next year. So it was just, more of a kind of situation. So I think that's more of what it was than him actually looking at the Chicago city and be like, oh, I don't want to be there. It's a dump because Chicago's gorgeous from what I've heard.
I
And the
love
culture's
Chicago,
crazy
man.
besides yeah. So I think it's more so the franchise not being able to develop anybody than anything.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean-
just so y'all know, I'm gonna be in Chicago for Lollapalooza.
Whatever that means, salute.
So that big ass concert they have, Lollapalooza. It's a big ass festival that they do out there. Crazy.
You don't honestly, D80, you don't think that the weather plays a key into that? I can't think of not one deadly quarterback and wide receiver combination in Chicago ever.
But you can find some in other cold weather places that's just as bad. Buffalo
Green
gets
Bay.
it just as bad, and Green
Green
Bay
Bay.
gets it just as bad.
I would say only Green Bay.
Buffalo.
Not so much. It's been a while. I would say maybe in Jim Kelly's days. Andre Reed was a burner. I give him that.
Man, Josh Allen is killing it, bro. Don't sleep.
I'm not. He's an MVP
You
level
gonna make
quarterback.
Turan get up out of his seat.
Right.
You're so scared that he's gonna fucking run. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what he's best at. I would say it's maybe 60-40 with that. But the fear of him running is there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, if it's all about the cold weather, I mean the weather. What's up with San Diego? Why they ain't got that same kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what they have Phillip Rivers for 20 years. Okay, I'll give you that. But he didn't really have nothing. What, Keenan Allen? You know what I'm saying? Like,
They got some decent. They got some decent receivers now.
And they
But
did
I think
have
it's
what's some things. Brandon Marshall was there and balled out with
he balled
Cutler
out
for a
wherever he
little-
went. He balled
Yeah.
out wherever he went.
I just don't think the conditions is conducive for an aerial attack. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not.
Listen, you would have said that about Cleveland. I might would have rocked with you on that.
Cleveland too. The conditions are the same. They're the same. Listen, D80 know good and well that no quarterback. Listen, let's talk about Cleveland, right? D80.
Oh,
Me
here
and
you
you
go.
have talked about this. No quarterback wants to play in Cleveland, dog. And it's not so much. I mean,
That's
listen,
not
Shador
true.
does.
the franchise is terrible for quarterbacks. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the weather is the worst, man. You know
I
it
don't
is.
think the weather is what people would not want to play here for. It's the track record to develop at that position is why. Oh, can y'all hear me, man? I don't know if
Yeah,
y'all
we
can
hear
me.
you.
We can hear you.
Okay.
We hear you.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the location. I think it's the development. I think it's the track hit record that they have of not being able. I mean, we had one Pro Bowl quarterback, and I think that was Derek Anderson, and then come Baker Mayfield, and you see how we did him in the end. So when you negotiate with a shrewd, those are the reasons why quarterbacks wouldn't want to come here. I don't think the weather would play that huge of a factor.
Fair enough. It's just funny to laugh at.
I mean, if it does, okay, that's fine. You know.
I just knew it was the opening there, and I took it. What y'all?
What's Yamuda Berea? I mean, what's that city?
Bread.
That's right. Brook Park. Where's Yamuda?
Oh, when they moved to the new city,
Going down.
going down. Next up, we have Chargers versus Lions kicks off the Canton Hall of Fame game this season. Also, players being retired: Eric Allen, former Eagle cornerback and GOAT. Jared Allen, Minnesota. Wasn't he defensive end for Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Antonio Gates, the Kent State legend who ended up going to the NFL as a tight end when he was a basketball player in college.
Yeah, man.
And then I feel this man was right there on Jerry Rice's heels before he got hurt. They was neck and neck destroying the game. Sterling Sharp was the beast. Oh man, I know Shannon was dope.
Oh, he getting in. He getting in.
Yeah, Sterling getting in, man. I'm so happy about that, bro. That brother was
He was a cold man. He was a beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know who's the closest I've seen to him? As far as like a
Just proving Reggie's point.
strong wide receiver, Anquan Bolden. And David Boston, when David Boston got like real big for like them few years, but then he was using steroids. But like just some physical strong receiver.
Man, Sterling was cold, man, all around, blocking and everything else,
bro. He was a monster, bro. They got good genes in them.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, congrats to him, man. Sterling Sharp. So I'm not mad at any of these guys making it.
He definitely was cold. I give him that.
He didn't think he was gonna get in.
I think so either. So next up, let's go to God damn it. NBA.
Pulling up. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. Heard you were looking for me. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. Heard you were looking for me. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up.
I love Chris
I'm
Rich.
pulling up. I'm pulling.
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. Yo. Indiana Pacers. New York Knicks. Who?
The Knicks going to the crib tonight.
I think they up a couple of points. Aren't they up a couple of points right now?
Yeah, they up.
Listen, even if they do, so let's say they win tonight, it's over. This series is over.
Yeah,
I think we've all underestimated Halliburton at some point, right? Because I didn't see this. That is a serious mismatch with him and Brunson. He's probably about 7 or 8 inches taller than him. So that is a terrible matchup for Brunson. It's no excuse though. He's playing lights out. Congratulations to Indiana.
Yeah, Miles Turner balling too, man. These cats is out of their mind. Pascal Siakam, Spicy P is working it, man. They're looking really good. Yeah, but I think they're up right now.
I ain't think Indiana was gonna come out like this series. The boys been balling.
Yeah. We gonna see what the Knicks about to do though. And the only reason I don't want the Knicks to win is because they fans. I don't care about the game. I just don't want the fans.
12. Knicks about to be about the Knicks about 12.
Man,
what half? What half is it? I mean, what quarter?
Second to like 2 minutes and something left.
Man,
down about 12.
What's my guy name? I just had his name right on the tip of my tongue.
On what team?
Julius Randle. The last 3 games, 2 or 3 games, he's been playing like shit. I mean, like complete shit. And the rest of the playoffs,
well, that's why they got sent home.
Yeah, I remember I was saying in the group text chat earlier, the rest of the playoffs, he's been playing lights out. With them last 2 or 3 games, he ain't been doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't know if he might have plateaued or got tired or something like that, but he just didn't seem the same.
Right. It's like he in self-check or something. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him.
Yeah, just odd. They got to figure that one out. Minnesota needs some additional help, man. Ant-Man can't do it all by himself. And, I mean, I see DiVincenzo came in and lit it up the time that he was there, but they need something else, man. They need another bullet in the clip.
They got to let the young dude loose. You're gonna have to let him loose and see if he's gonna turn out to be what he's gonna be. Because
We gonna see.
it's time for what's it called to retire. I can't believe he's still in the NBA. Him and Jeff Green. I cannot believe that both of them are still in the NBA. And Mike Conley, shout out to him. I seen Jeff Green play for Houston. I said, this motherfucker's still in the NBA. So,
Green. Oh, he over there.
yeah, they're gonna have to look at what's his name? The kid that came from Duke with the braids, the internet sensation kid that Minnesota has.
Who?
He went to Duke last year, but he was an internet sensation when he was a kid. He's little as fuck, but you can't stand in front of him.
Yeah, Jamar. If he could pull it up, I don't know where he went, but if he could pull it up, I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna look him up. Something, I think his name is like Dillingham or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not here. But if he's the truth, man, they need to let him up because they need the help. They obviously ran out of firepower. It was obvious,
rookie,
man.
hold
It's
on,
like
I'm
you
looking
go up to Oklahoma, you can't do it. Like you're gonna have to shoot their lights out, man. It's not a situation where you think defense is gonna help you out. I mean, Rudy Gobert is the biggest person on the court, and they neutralized him. That's crazy.
He's not really an offensive threat anyway. He has his games, but he's not, what you're going to be looking for from night to night. Rob Dillingham is his name. They're going to have to see if he's
Okay, I
going to
got
be
you.
what we thought he could be because he was nice when he was younger. I've seen him play probably since he's been about 10 or 11 years old.
Oh wow. Yeah, but again, they something got to happen because I mean, they've been to the conference finals result, so they got to change something up. Right. Tehran is back. You got anything on it? I got 5 on it. So if Oklahoma faces Indiana in the championship, who wins that chip?
Oklahoma beat whoever make it.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I kind of agree with what Reggie was saying. Indiana would give the most pressure to Oklahoma because they got a bench, and the Knicks really don't. Outside of Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he do a couple things, but it's just, I don't know. I don't expect a whole lot from the Knicks, unfortunately.
Can you imagine?
And I know Karl Anthony Towns doing his thing, but
can you imagine Brunson having to watch Shy?
Man, he would get toast. Put him in the oven.
Bad.
Ching. He get
Motherfucker probably have 25 free throws.
Hell yeah. What's next up? I don't know what happened to Jamar, man.
I can look in the notes. I never pulled it up though.
NBA Finals.
Give me a second. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Jamar, you all right, man? Give us a sign. Let us know you're alive, man.
Okay. State of the NBA. Pacers versus Knicks. OKC advances to finals. NBA vets speak on the state of NBA and American youth being less skilled and ready compared to European youth. Richard Jefferson and a few other vets state AAU is hurting development. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't even think that's possible. How can AAU stunt development in basketball? The only way to get better in basketball and to work on your game literally is to play it. So when a player, if he plays high school basketball, right, now he's aspiring to have an NBA career, right? However you look at the situation, he's better off playing AAU as well, just for the reps, for the competition, and the things like that. when I was coming up, only the best of the best play AAU. But still, however you look at it, AAU, you get a chance to play against teams and players from all walks of life. So to say it's stunning players development is a lie.
I think I would have to read the statement. If he gives them a better explanation of why he said that, I would want to hear what he would, explain it
Can
as.
y'all hear me?
Because to me, yeah, I can hear you
Yes.
now.
Okay, sorry about that. The thing kicked me out, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Dean. You wanted an explanation of why they were talking about it.
Well, the thing, not why they were talking about it, but what Richard Jefferson meant when he said that it was hurting the game of basketball. Like, because like in a basketball point of view, playing more basketball does make you better. But I think he's talking about something that's behind the scenes or off the court that has nothing to do with the actual sport itself, but just maybe the way players get treated. I don't know. It's got to be something else.
Yeah, he was stating that because everything is game within the AAU era that we live in now. Whereas when he's talking about where the kids overseas, what they do is like these kids, for one, like they go to these they're playing pro at a lot earlier age, and he said their training is like they're like 2 practices a day, but it's working on fundamentals and skill sets, like compared to where AAU is like, dudes show up, okay, we show up here. We focused on balling, like we focused on playing game. And so it was like we're in Europe, their whole system was around like overall fundamentals of the game. It is more like almost like their schooling is being prepared to be professional players while they're in high school. Like their lifestyle is that compared to these AAU kids. It's a lot different, and these kids just a lot of times not getting taught more of the fundamentals of it, and guys is more worried about getting the run game a weekend, run game a weekend, or whatever case.
That's cap for 2 reasons. That's cap because if you take Oak Hill Academy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pick any fucking country in Europe, any one of them motherfuckers, right? And you put the same age bracket players against them. You can even use the pro ones because we know they can go pro at 15, 16 years old. And I'm telling you, them Oak Hill boys will dog walk them, right? So that's cap. And because we have Oak Hill and teams like that here, it's also cap because these are schools that literally develop you to be in the NBA, right?
Reggie, how many Oak Hills are there in America?
You got Sierra Canyon, you got Oak Hill.
And Sierra Canyon ain't dog walking nobody across in Europe. They was okay. It was cute, but they ain't dog walking a whole bunch of these teams, bro. The reason the conversation was him. It was him. It was a woman. I can't think of her name. It was Richard Jefferson. A woman I can't remember her name. Channing Frye and Kendrick Perkins, who were all having a conversation. And when they were all talking about it, they were all talking about the fact that they themselves all have children now who all play basketball and go to these camps and the whole AAU thing. And they were breaking it down, was like, yo, it's cool. But they were like talking about the fact of look how the European players are taking, not even just European, foreign players are taking over the league. They was like, when you look at it, when's the last time we had American MVP?
Listen, do you know why? Because it's a global game. You're acting like it's America and then the world. America is a small portion of the world, and there's no one particular country that you can just pick on and be like, oh, there's a whole bunch of players over there that are better than American players.
But that's right? Not what he's saying.
You're putting all the world against one small ethnic group of people.
What he's saying is they're better preparing their kids with the training, the fundamental, how these kids are. It's basically like they're pros at a young age because they sit there all they're doing is just learning basketball day in, day out. Like they're becoming pros at a younger age. And what he's saying is they approach the game a lot different. Our kids, we're sitting, and this is their opinion, their statement from these NBA players. At least one of them is going to be a Hall of Famer, I imagine. Probably Richard Jefferson when it's all said and done. And they're just giving their take on with them having kids, with the way the game is going and how they feel that. And there's not the only ones. Gilbert Arenas even sat there and spoke on it and said AAU, and him and Kenyon Martin on their show were talking about this. AAU is kind of like hurting now. Yes, like my brother said, you would think the more that they're hooping, the better chance that they're getting better, but they're not working on multiple skill sets. They're just becoming great at whatever skill set they developed early in these AA. A lot of AAU coaches aren't developing them to be more well-rounded or even just overall, whatever case, skilled players. And that's what he's sitting talking about. It's not only them, it's the parents being involved.
Those players be flawed too. The European players be flawed too. Giannis, he has worked his way to be a legitimate player. When he came over here, he was fucking garbage. And all them goddamn skill sets that they claim that they be having, he did not have whatsoever. Right? We see Luka. Okay. He's one person from his country versus millions of, well, thousands of people from the United States, right? So it's really just cap. And on top of the fact, Kenyon Martin and Gilbert Arenas both played AAU. Both of them. And that's why they're as good as they are.
Would that not help them have also experience from also playing it, but also speaking out against it from their experience of being in it?
Okay, so why did they put their kids in it?
And he said he learned from his one son, because I think he's got another son coming up. And he's like, no, I'd rather just have him work on whatever case with certain individual coaches more so than being in these AAU leagues.
But how are you going to play against the top competition? That's where it's at. That's where it's at. What you going to do? You feel me? So I don't really.
Reggie. Luka, Slovenian. Sasha Vujacic, Slovenian. Zoran Dragic, Slovenian. Goran Dragic, the other brother, Slovenian. Rasan Nesterovic, Slovenian. This is just the Valakato Kankar. I know who he is. He plays for the freaking thing. They got like a ton of guys that they're starting to put in to like the NBA. The game is growing. We've all can acknowledge that the game is growing. They're not sitting there saying that what they're saying is they're better preparing these athletes that are coming from these countries now that they have caught up to the game, and they are teaching them to play the game more physical. They're teaching them about the whole fundamental and their skill sets and making them work on them more so than we are doing here with our kids. We are fast fooding for lack of a better term, we are fast fooding our athletes
in one city
in America.
In one city, Los Angeles. Just the players that come from Los Angeles in the past 20 years is better than any international talent from any country.
They better than what's the name from Canada? The one that just won an MVP?
Okay, so look, we just take the totality of just what I said. Take just the players from Los Angeles County from the year 2000 to now, and you can put that against anybody else in the world. The players, and I'm telling you that they're better. There's way more MVPs, way more championships, all that shit. Way more points, way more everything. I'll just tell you two right now. James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Boop.
Shai Gilgeous, Kelly Olynyk, Luke Dort, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Tristan Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Steve Nash, Dylan Brooks, Nickeil Alexander,
Westbrook.
God damn, Jamal McGlure was from Canada?
Paul Pierce.
Oh, bro, I can get out of here with Paul Pierce. Shai Gilgeous would kill him.
Prime Paul Pierce?
He was nice, but Prime Paul Pierce also wasn't shit till he got Kevin Durant and Ray Allen. When that nigga had Antoine Walker and Ray Mercer and the rest of those dudes in that squad, when they was all loaded, you lost them, bro. You can't keep telling me dudes who getting their ass put to get kicked out. He was the biggest LeBron hater.
You know he would have shot eyes completely out. completely
Bro,
out.
look, and they got they got Rick Fox. Okay, I didn't know Rick Fox was
Rick
Canadian.
Fox is not. He's
He's
really
Canadian.
Bahamian. He's really from the Bahamas. Truthfully,
Brandon Clark, Trace, Dwight Powell, bro.
But
Canada
listen,
got
I know.
ballers, bro.
Listen. I know you did not sit here and put Rick Fox on the caliber of players that we're talking about right now. You just said Rick Fox. I know
Bro,
you
what
didn't say
I'm
that.
saying is, what I'm sitting here telling you is that they got Shea Gilgeous, NBA champion, Jamal Murray, NBA champion,
Shea
Andrew
Gilgeous?
Wiggins.
Wait, is he lying? Did you just say Shea Gilgeous is an
He
NBA
about to
champion?
be NBA. He about to be NBA champion. I'm speaking ahead. About to be NBA champion. Jamal Murray's one. Andrew Wiggins is one. If Shea get one, the Lou Dortz is also going to be one.
Andrew Wiggins is not on the level of players we just said. Andrew Wiggins is not on Paul Pierce level. He's not on Kawhi Leonard's level. He's not on fucking Westbrook level. He's not on James Harden's level. And those are just the four I can just think of just off the top of my head. That's from LA. It's way more.
Bro, you can whatever case, and it's good that you're doing that, and that's cool. All I'm telling you is that the proof is starting to show. We can fight it all we want, but we are starting to lose out on the top NBA players are now starting to be mostly all foreign dudes that are like becoming the top 5 guys in the NBA. I don't know what you want to say, what you want to do about it.
Countries over there, one here. We'll find one in Greece. We'll find one here.
Yes,
the
world is catching up, bro.
We'll find here. But if you just take that particular country,
because you're pigeonholing the conversation to help your narrative of like, yeah, but if we would, nobody said America would go through and run through these guys. They're sitting there saying that they're being better prepared for the NBA now than what we are better prepared our youth in the game. You've been talking about college basketball suck. It's boring.
It does.
It does. It sucks. It's boring. Guess what? The international game is picking up steam. People are tuning in more and more and more. It's growing.
That's true. And it's being pushed by the NBA. The NBA is doing that on purpose. I mean, I'm not saying something wrong with it. It's an international game. So cool. I just think that's a gross exaggeration when we say, oh, well, there's better talent overseas. That's not really true. It's not really true.
With this, it's starting to become way it's looking. We keep going this way. We're going to become better better top tier talent coming into the league.
That's very Popovich of you.
What you want me to do? I'm only stating what's been happening. I mean, what you want me to do? Look, we had to beg Joel Embiid to be on the Olympic team.
Bruh. First of all, he was not needed. Second of all, let's start over. I'm going to take the first of all back. First of all, that's cheating.
But we do it. We in America, we always cheat. He ain't the first one we did that with.
Ewing, I think, was the first one. Hakeem, maybe the second. Right?
We've been doing it.
Yeah. But it's still but with Embiid though, right? I don't see what the need of the point with him is. He all broke up and shit. I can see if this is Embiid fresh out of Kansas was broke up Embiid too.
He broke up Embiid too.
Right.
He still broke up Embiid. He's still when he come back next year to get hurt 30 games in.
We just didn't want France to get him. That's all.
I mean, I love Africans and shit. I look at them just like they one of us and shit. But bro, you're a full-fledged African. You look like one, you sound like one, you act like one, you talk like one. You don't even look right. You're just coming down the court like pass me the ball. Don't even make sense.
What's wrong with this dude?
Reggie crazy.
Bro, what's wrong with this?
I got it, deaf fellas. I'm sorry.
All right.
Reggie crazy, bro.
Reggie, wow.
That's Christian Okoye.
Hey, bro, I'll just tell you, bro. Listen. If I went over these some of these foreign players, like I started naming them off, you like, shit, he balling. Shit, he balling. Shit, he balling. Bro, they got Embiid. They get to count him. And you love the dude.
I mean, listen, the top 5 players in the NBA are foreign players right now. No, That's not true.
Jokic, foreign, Serbian.
What's it called? His top 5 now. What's my guy from Minnesota?
Who? Rudy?
No,
Um,
their best
Ant-Man
player.
the top 5.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's American.
Ant-Man is probably the exception. I think the rest of them are all foreign.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
Except
to
for if you
Ja
still count
Morant.
LeBron as top 5.
Nah, I mean, I wish I could, but he's not a top 5 player. I would give LeBron maybe top 11, maybe. Unfortunately, he's just not. He can't be consistent like how he used to be, right? You see flashes of the old LeBron, you know what I mean? Like for a quarter or two, he's unstoppable, and then it's just like, why are you doing that? Why are you turning the ball over? Why are you shooting them stupid threes when you can go right to the hole? And it's because of age and fatigue, and that's where you can see it at. Or why ain't you run back on defense when I know that you could have ran and blocked that, you know? So, father
Okay.
time is all.
Oh, so I don't know, man. I just think but I've noticed it. If you've noticed it, bro, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the mentality we have. Maybe it's the comfort level that we have. The hunger isn't there no more. The same. That's not just basketball, bro. You look at football. Look at the name of some of these. A lot of these dudes that got drafted just in the draft. A lot of these brothers is formed from Africa, from these other places and whatnot, with the close ancestry and generation removed from Africa.
But that's a separate situation, right? Those players mostly moved here, you know, as teenagers, and you know, migrated here with their family or whatever, and then learned. You know, a lot of them just were the right size and things like that, and started going to American high schools and things like that. It's not like, you know, okay, well, we're gonna go recruit in Nigeria because they got a good football team. For pretty much, football is an American sport. You can't really sell it nowhere else. There is other leagues out there. The Canadian Football League. You have NFL Europe. It's trash. When you start talking to other people from other countries and you ask them what their opinion of football is brutal. Like, it's just a brutal sport. You just run around just fighting and just running into each other. They don't, you know, it's not really entertaining to them.
Well, to them, rugby is pretty worldwide, but soccer has its moments, but it's not as rough as football. I just think, I think part of it is the, I don't know. I don't want to say it's not genetic. I don't want to say it's genetic. I just think the hunger. I think the survival for a lot of youth. We used to feel that football was like one of our only escapes. You know what I mean? And so we had a lot more kids that was interested or trying to play it. They were trying to escape, and so they fell in love with football because it gave them an avenue. And like it was with basketball, I think we've become complacent and commercialized the sports even so much at a younger age that we've kind of lost that from the words of the song from the Top Gun movie, that love and feeling for it. They sit there and say, like, football in California, the amount of kids playing it now in high school has dropped tremendously. Something ridiculous.
Well, there's several factors in that. A lot of listen, there's a lot of NFL players now that'll tell you, man, I don't even want my kids to play. Like, I'm not gonna stop them from playing, but I don't want them to play. There's new studies, the CTE shit and things like that. There's other avenues too. You know
who fucked up? Should have let that kid play football.
Who?
LeBron. He should have let Bronny play football, basketball. But he's an athlete, but basketball might not really be.
Yeah, it might not be his thing. But if he would have played football at wide out, oh man, he
He would have been wide out, maybe even quarterback, because he was 6'2", 6'3".
And can jump, get a 40-something inch vertical. He would have been better.
Imagine that wide out.
Yes, he would have been better at wide out than his dad was.
With his frame to be able to put 200-something pounds on, he'd have been he went from the smallest cat in the court to a beast out there wide receiver.
He sure would have, and you wouldn't have been. Listen, do you throw that fade route to him? You can't jump with him. Yeah, man.
Ronnie should have won it. Bron should have let Bronny go ahead and play. Ronnie could have been the football player LeBron always thought he could have been. He could have let Bryce come and be the NBA player that we all keep hoping that Bryce can be.
Right. I agree with you. And then if not, he could have, he would have had 2 avenues. He could have made the decision,
Mm-hmm. So that's it for me, bro. D80 left, so we not doing the tennis thing. You got anything else?
No, I'm good for today.
Bro, I appreciate you. I want to try to pod on Friday if you're down, so we get some. I guess a lot going on. I want to talk about going on in the world. So I'll reach out to you to definitely early today and see what you up to tomorrow evening, and maybe NJ too.
Okay, let me know.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
All right.
Big checks, big deposits. I got it. Hey, run that shit up, Trace. Run it up. I got it. Run it up. I got it. Run it up. I got it. Big checks with big deposits. Run it up. 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 Big checks with big deposits. Big bag what I be on. Play the corner like Dion. Hard code like Freon. No time for you peons. Pandemic ain't stop nothing. Apply pressure, I'm job hunting. Risk good, I'ma bop something.